Hakuna Matata. I think it's the 12th. February 12th, Tuesday. Done for the day because I can't see. And the mosquitoes are trying to lower my blood level. I'm going to show you what I got done. So my order of number 12 screws came in today, right here. Lock nuts and sheet metal machine screws, sorry. And I installed them right there, all the way around the perimeter, where they're not quite the size, but the head kind of approximates the original screws. So I'm happy with that. I mean, the next size larger would have been 1/4 inch, and then that would have been too big. And then I came back with rivets, and I stuck rivets in all these holes to close them up. And along with the rivets, let me put this thing down. Along with the rivets, I used my Gorilla Adhesive, construction adhesive, hold on. Right there. Gorilla from Home Depot. The stuff is very, very easy to work with, and I think it's a very superior product. Let me put the lid on this thing before it dries up. It's already dried up in the nozzle from the last time I used it. Let me get my paper towel over here. When I use a paper towel that's saturated with mineral spirits, I don't put it in my garbage can in there because it stinks up the whole garage. So I just leave it on the floor, on the ground outside for a few days, a day, whatever. So, yeah. I was doing this in the dark. That's good enough. Oops, sorry. So not all of these rivets got tight. That's one of them that's loose. But when this construction adhesive cures underneath it, that one's loose too. It's kind of tough holding the washer on the underneath side. Okay. I'm good with that. So now, I mean, it's not much, but at least it doesn't look, you know, with those empty holes like it's missing something or it's unfinished. Right? Somebody comment and tell me what you think. And then also while I was here, I threaded these holes to the number 12 screw, and I put the Phillips head screws in there as well. So again, a little bit more symmetry with the original screws. I mean, who's gonna even care? But number 12 was the right size screw for me to use it here. That's the size of the holes that it had. And I'm really happy with the way that turned out. All right, so now finally, I think it's safe to say, except for the door and except for putting that last piece of sheet metal along the bottom of where these new windows are going to go in, I think this side is done completely. That last piece of sheet metal is going to go in very shortly before I paint. There's going to be more of the Gorilla Adhesive on there, and I need to let that cure before I put the paint on it, probably overnight. So it'll be the day before I paint, most likely. I mean, it can go longer, but these windows won't fit back in the holes once I put that piece of metal across the bottom. And I'm not going to put the new windows in until I'm done painting, because the new windows go in from the outside and I'm gonna have to drill holes to screw the windows in, and there's the whole window installation thing that has to go on. It's a little weird because this is not a flat straight piece. It's got a little bit of a bow to it, so I'm potentially going to be balancing the bow a little bit because I don't want to bend the window to fit it. At least I don't think so. Most likely I don't want to do that because it might interfere with the sliding of the glass, right? So in all likelihood what I'm going to do is, well, firstly, the bottom is automatically going to be a 1/16 of an inch out from here because I'm putting this piece of metal over the top. So that's going to help a little bit to compensate for the bow. And then I might put washers under the screws along the bottom to help just a little bit. And at the top, where are you? Way up there. That's a whole nother deal. I most likely won't be putting anything to hold the top of the window in place other than a good bead of caulk, probably that stuff, because I love it. It works great. It's very strong adhesive. So that's the dealio for that. And yeah, like I said the other day, I got the door figured out. I'm ready to pull the trigger and buy some hinges. Last night I did some experimenting. You can't see it now, I don't think. With the line that I have on here and a 6-inch hinge, which is 3 inches on each side. I think it's gonna be perfect. It gives the door just enough swing to get around this. Oh, dang. There's gonna be a mirror sticking out here. So all this is moot anyway. The door's not gonna be able to swing all the way around. I forgot all about the mirror. Yeah, the mirror sticks way out. So now it doesn't matter what kind of hinge I put in there. The door is not gonna be able to go any more than straight out in just a little bit because it'll hit the mirror. Glad I thought about that. That's changing everything because those hinges are damn expensive. Hey, I see myself. Some old guy there. Hey, so that's good. Every day it's a little bit more. So I've been having second thoughts about removing that trim piece, like the one that's behind the rear wheel there. That little rub rail down there. Either I'm going to remove that one and then plug all the holes with rivets or screws, or I'm going to leave that one and then put the round pieces back on and paint it. I'll talk about the paint again in a minute here. And I realized, why not just put a short piece of that stuff there? I'm going to experiment with how that'll look, just so that I have symmetry, and if I want to have it down there, because it'd be really easy to pull the rivets out if I want to. And I've decided on colors. The color is going to be a light cream. Now, these things are kind of weird when the light hits it. That's where the fiberglass, the area of the fiberglass looks different, even though I put the what you call glazing putty way over it. We're gonna have to sand that with fine sandpaper and give it a couple of coats of primer to make sure none of that will show through the finished paint like it's showing there. But gosh, it's getting so exciting. So I've got all the hardware I need. Pretty sure. Let's see, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 rivets. Do I have 17 rivets in there? Yeah, I think so. Those are 3/16 by 1/2 inch steel galvanized pop rivets. So that I need for the other side. I'll show you that. We got down here. This is going to be a little easier, I think. Yeah, there's the other one, the little mini rub rail. And in the original configuration, there was a piece of rub rail here. That's the one that took me days of pounding with a hammer to get the bend out of it, because this had a big crash right here. It was caved in all the way up to there, which you really can't see it. There is a layer of Bondo right there where that was caved in. And this guy here took a long time to get it to look straight again. It was, God, it was hard. So I'm not going to need to put that piece, I'm probably not going to put the piece back here because of its height is going to be, you know, what is that? It's just right along the bottom there. It's going to be, you know, maybe partially blocking the fan. I'm not going to be able to tell until I put that piece of metal back on. More exciting stuff. The copper tubing I need to hook up the air conditioner on those fittings and run the pipes back. Copper tubing back. I have the larger size, the 3/8 I have it in stock here in my wonderful garage. The 1/4" stuff I ordered, it's going to get here between Thursday and sometime during the weekend, hopefully before the weekend. And today I received the foam insulation that goes over those tubes. So with all luck, I'll have everything I need to run the copper tubing from here up across the back, up a hole back there, and then I'm going to leave a coil of it for now until I'm ready to do more work on the interior, because I can't install the inside unit until I put the ceiling up. So I've decided I'm not going to use a piece of pipe to protect the air conditioning tubes that are going to run along that area. You see that little overhang there? That's where it's going to go. And you know what? That's far enough from the wheels that I don't think it's going to be an issue. And it's going to be underneath that overhang. And then there, right, is where I left. Let me see if I can point without dropping everything here. Right there, I left an opening in the sheet metal. And that's where the tubes are going to have to work their way in there. And there's plenty of things for me to get cable clamps, I guess you call them, to support that stuff all along the edge and keep it from rattling around and hurting itself. So yeah, it's gonna go way down there, all along that edge to the back. All right, now the paint scheme. The bus is going to be a cream white color, more on the white side than the color of that air conditioner, but not too far off from it. More creamy. That's kind of a brownish, tannish color. Although that looks pretty good too. And my accents, like all these rub rails, are going to be the accent color. The bumpers will be the other color as well. I might paint the mirrors. There's some little steps, fold down steps that go there. There'll be the accent color. There's the air intake grill goes there. That'll be the accent color. My grill. What else we got? The door. Most likely the whole door will be the accent color. And you ready for this? It's going to be probably like a blood red. Something in the order of a burgundy maybe. And then the whole rest of the bus is going to be that cream white. I gave up on the idea of going two-tone on the roof, going with the white on the roof, which sucks because I got about an $80 1-gallon can of paint of white. But I just can't get comfortable with having more than one color up there. and the blending in between the top color and the bottom. There's no good lines. I mean, I guess there's a line there where the windshield, the top of the windshield is, and over that door. But then the line is kind of like just that zigzag there. I don't know. I just don't like it. So rather than even thinking about it anymore. And the same thing happens in the back too. If I painted the roof white, I mean, it's just kind of bizarre the way they sectioned off the black paint from the white paint up there. So I'm just not going to do it, I don't think. Got my back door figured out. Probably right above this handle right there is going to be a bolt lock, like a home house bolt lock, and it'll have the thumb handle on the inside to unlock it for emergency exit. That is what this door is going to remain as. And then I can still open it from here with a key, which is going to be very annoying if I use the OEM lock on this door. There is a lock, but you can't unlock it from the outside. So if I ever am out here and I want to get in the back of my bus, because underneath here is going to be storage, right? I'm going to be very aggravated having to walk all the way around the bus, up into the bus, track in with my dirty shoes possibly, come back here, crawl over the bed, and then unlock that thing. I'd rather not do that. And also, I guess I do run the risk of not having my keys with me, but I'd rather have a key lock there. And I'm also thinking about removing the auxiliary tail and brake light and the auxiliary backup light and remaining with just those, because they're plenty bright, because these run the risk of having leaks, water leaks, into the bus. And I do not want to deal with water leaks. So that is something I'm still contemplating. It would be no effort, real effort to do it. I just gotta remove them and put plates over them and screw them in. So that's still something pending. And I was gonna cover up this hole. The bus came with a tag light on this side and that side. One of them is broken, so I thought I would just use the good one where the license tag is. But instead, I think I will put the license tag, a tag back here anyway, and personalize it with something. I would like to hear some feedback from you guys on that too. See who's got the patience to sit and listen to this whole damn video of mine. All right, guys. Let me know. I want to hear some feedback. All right? Good night.